Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, kings, queens, peasants, and pussy poppers. It's your boy Cliff the Gift, slanging that wood, not that stick. Your man might keep it 100, but you see me, I'm gonna give you that extra inch. It's the man, the myth, the legend, the gift. You see, it's I, it's Cliff, and I'm here with my two guys, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves in this bitch.
What's going on, family? It's your boy T Rich, you funky dog here, bitch. Right back here with my brothers again, man, getting ready to talk that shit, give you that game. About to pass it to my mans right here.
It's your boy Young Lil, a.k.a. Young Lily, the Black MacGyver, also known as Mr. 420 yourself. Man, what's going on, fellas? What we jumping into?
Man, what's the first topic we said we wanted to get into together today?
I forgot, man. We had a lot of them, man. So I think you said you wanted to get into Gucci.
Oh yeah, man. Gucci had an
interview, man.
Gucci had a very interesting interview, and as reformed as people may become, I just want to say that it's always a little bit of that old street, that old gang. You can take a nigga out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the nigga, man. And I feel like Gucci has shown and proved himself to be reformed, but a lot of the stuff he said in that interview, I feel like it was real reckless, man. Did y'all get a chance to check the interview?
Yeah, no. I got to watch the whole interview.
I didn't get to see it, bro. I don't know. So
I don't know. I mean, he didn't get real reckless. Not until the end.
Man, he said, "Envy, you're pussy."
Yeah, I mean, it got reckless at the end. Like at the end is when he didn't hold back at all. Majority of the interview was just really about Gucci on some growth type shit. Gucci maturing, Gucci coming into the best possible Gucci that we could actually visualize. You know what I'm saying? Gucci off drugs, Gucci in love with his wife. You know what I'm saying? Gucci coming a long way, divorcing all his friends and leaving all of his past lifestyles and behind him. So, it was nice to see, and then he gave us a quick little reprise of the Gucci that the fun Gucci, the Gucci that everybody knew to love and that we was accustomed to prior to his incarceration and everything.
And in what way did he do? Did he perform that? What did he say?
Okay, so he went into Fat Man Gucci. You know what I'm saying? For a couple seconds. And for a couple minutes. Yeah,
he had a whole segment at the end.
He went for a couple minutes. And basically, they even started the interview off with a little tension. And I kind of wanted to ask you guys about that too, but we're going to get to that in a second. But Charlemagne kind of started off and he said, people going to be like, damn, like, why y'all ain't at the Breakfast Club? Why, it's just us and where's, Envy? And he was like, yeah, because he's a pussy. He wouldn't be here. He was scared to be here. He's a pussy. I slap him in his face too. Like, he's saying shit like, yeah. And he was like, they think that he was like, yeah, because I'm banned from up there, something like that. And then Charlemagne told him, he was like, nah, you were never banned. Mm-hmm. We didn't ban you from the Breakfast Club or nothing like that. It wasn't like that. Charlemagne confirmed to him, trying to tell him like that. But he was like, nah, it was that bitch Angela Yee, like calling her a bitch.
Right.
You feel me? It was straight up mad disrespectful.
It definitely was.
Your face
definitely was.
I didn't expect that out of new Gucci. I didn't.
And when you see the whole situation, how everything unfolded,
then you kind of understand.
Yeah, because they
watch that shit.
Because I don't know if you like. I keep up with the Breakfast Club. I don't keep up with every part, but I did keep up with the part about Angela and Gucci.
Yeah,
and they did have like a little. I guess like a little trial thing, and Gucci not there to defend himself because he allegedly thought he was banned. So they go on and they start like pulling receipts up, talking about Angela Yee was on his dick. They said that Gucci was lying on Angela Yee and all of that.
I remember
stuff.
that shit. I seen all of those videos.
And Envy got to talking shit, like not like talking mad shit, like he wanted problems with him. It just was like he had his co-host back. It's just going out,
but at the same time,
backing Yee and backing Charlemagne. But at the same time, it's like y'all probably should have saved that for when Gucci was there.
I want to ask y'all a question. Yeah. So to spin off from this, Charlemagne did the interview, right? Now, I mean,
which was fucking wild.
You feel me? And I feel like we're friends. I consider you guys my friends. You know what I'm saying? I don't know their relationship on that show, but if I had a problem with a person and it's a public problem, as in what we all know that he came on to their show and we saw them two interact during that show. You know what I mean? Right. And it's like, if y'all knew we had a problem, would y'all go do an interview with somebody that y'all knew I had it out with?
I mean, if I'm set on doing it anyway,
I would have said something.
Which Charlemagne has been doing. He's been doing interviews with rappers. He's like trying to do his own little
solo shit.
Yeah, and which is perfectly fine. But I still would have cleared the air with my cohorts, which I think he did, because that was how Envy got word of what was said during the interview. Because It was like, before the interview even got aired, Envy knew what he said because Envy did a post talking about, because, Gucci brought up his dog and shit like that, and talking about he'll slap the shit out of him and fuck that bitch Angela Yee and all of that. So it's kind of distasteful to see Charlemagne, like, you passing info on and all of that, but at the same time, it's like, if Yee and Envy ain't saying nothing, I guess it really don't. They're not really that affected by it.
What you feel, Jaleel?
Man, I feel like maybe Gucci felt a kind of way about the situation and wanted to speak about it. And I feel like the reason Charlemagne did the interview, and I feel like he probably ran it by them, or like he let them know, like, Gucci finna be on the show, blah, blah, this and that, like, and they're like, oh yeah, well, good luck or whatever. Like,
because I feel like the invitation.
I don't think he did it like behind their back or nothing. Like, I don't feel like it was nothing like that. It was just like,
I think the invitation for the Breakfast Club was still extended to him. He just was like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, but then he was like, Charlemagne, like, he was like, I fuck with Charlemagne, so I'll do the interview with you. Like, that's it.
Well, I look at it like this too. Like, I see in Charlemagne the business versus the relationship, the business relationship versus the friendship relationship side of it.
Right.
And like I say, he is building his own brand. He done created a YouTube channel now. Like, he never had his own YouTube channel. He created it, actually grew really fucking fast. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, it would. And it's like, now you're doing your own thing, but at what extent do... Cause, and this is nothing towards Charlemagne, but this is like towards just regular people, us. You know what I'm saying? What extent do you go to say, I'm trying to make this dream work, and low key I ain't tripping on nobody else's feelings. They should understand that this is just a business move. This is just a power move on me making this happen. Where do you draw the line on saying, I can't? You can't accept certain relationships because of other relationships that you have on a personal level?
I mean, motherfuckers talk big time, but until shit like really gets to the point to where it's like
viable,
like, yeah, now it's like real harm, like harm is imminent and shit like that, and people have made it clear. Like, you got motherfuckers pulling up, mashing off in cars, niggas hopping out, pulling guns and shit on niggas, death threats and all of that. It's like, okay, that's one thing, but it's like, if you already then came to your peoples and said, hey, this is what I'm doing, and this is the lane I'm finna be in, and this is probably gonna be how that climate of this lane is gonna be, and you admonish them for that, I don't really see, like, I don't really think it's a problem. But I just really, like, honestly, like, to preserve life and to make sure the well-being of your peoples is good, I mean, I think that's where you draw the line with that. Once it starts getting to where, like, motherfuckers really want to harm your peoples and all of that. I mean, reputation and everything is different. But, like, when it comes to, like, physical harm, and when you seeing motherfuckers, like, moving out and motherfuckers is in numbers and shit, making threats, and it's looking like, okay, they want to make a move on you, then that's different. But, I mean, it didn't seem like Gucci is pretty much dolo by his, like, he's making moves on his own nowadays. He don't have a big crew of niggas with him. The Breakfast Club motherfuckers ain't got a fucking mob of motherfuckers around it. This was like a misunderstanding that motherfuckers just want to hash out separately. They don't want to find common ground on a topic, and they just want to go about this shit in their own way.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying, as far as my friends go, and as far as people that I deal with and I interact with, I look at a certain principle on even where you take certain business things that you do. You don't have to do business with everybody. You don't. It's the same way as you don't have to be in a relationship with. You don't have to be in a relationship with a woman who makes a lot of money to be able to have a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to do certain things or deal with certain business just to get into these positions. Yeah. So I take it as when you disrupt your loyalty to somebody to say, or you dishonor somebody's feelings, you disregard somebody's feelings to say that I'm just about to go make a quick dollar. I'm trying to make a quick dollar. I just say that just to me it's things about integrity. You know what I'm saying? It speaks a lot about your character, and it speaks a lot about where you could be. And this is not towards Charlemagne. I'm not saying that because I understand they probably talked about that in some whole other shit. But it's like people will say things, and those type of conversations happen all the time, and they are not talked about amongst people. You know what I'm saying? Like that is, I feel like that is more so where I wanted to take this conversation and just saying as a cliff note, and just it's very sacred how your words are spoken and who they're spoken to when they're about your friends. That man, I can't say that they real friends, because if a nigga would say some stuff like that about you to me,
then he ain't your friend.
Exactly. And
how
they
you
can
react to it.
Exactly. They can feel that comfortable talking to me about you. Mm-hmm. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how I could sit.
Or maybe it's the fact that he, like, I don't think it's more so on Charlemagne, but more I don't think it's on him. I think it's more on Gucci and the fact that he gets a chance to air this shit out, and he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's been asked this question, he's gonna say exactly how he feel about it at that time.
Yeah, and that's just an interview. Like I say, that was just an interview. But I'm stepping away from that interview, and I'm talking about on real personal, our friendship type of thing. It's like, man, if you have friends or family or people that you deal with like that, and you go out to, you end up talking to somebody that doesn't really, you know.
It depends on the type of person you are and what things they're saying. Some people like...
Yeah, I was at the barbecue and they had an issue, and you like, oh, you ain't running to the other one. Well, go ahead.
I feel like it's... When you in that kind of situation, it's like, nah, don't say that kind of stuff when that person ain't here to defend themselves. Because you don't hear me talking like that, so I need you to not communicate like that around me. I don't want to hear that kind of like... That down talk, that dirty talk about somebody and they not there to defend themselves. Now, if you got something to say about it, and I know you're not going to say it in their face when they're around... Don't speak it. But
it's buku people who will never, step up and say nothing like that. Like they're not gonna ever stop nobody from talking bad about somebody. You know what I mean? And like I said, that's an important thing to do. What you about to say, Tori?
No, I was really gonna go back to what the interview was about, but no, we didn't already move past that.
But man, I just feel like in this day and age, the loyalty thing and also how people will.
All right, there we go.
Oh, no.
All right,
had to get that one out. Yeah.
All right,
excuse that one.
It's all of the fires.
Yeah, that is the fires out here, the embers. Man, we can move to that too, though. Hold on. Yeah, I got another sneeze.
It's all right, man. Moving on. You know what I'm saying? These wildfires is
crazy,
fucking tearing up the fucking city
LA
like crazy.
Is on fire.
And it's crazy like how as soon as the weather cooled off, that's when all the fucking fires started happening.
All them high winds coming through, bro.
Yeah.
Dry conditions. It ain't rained in a while.
How many of these, what percentage of these fires y'all think is starting naturally, and which ones y'all think is starting?
I don't think any of them are starting
by
naturally.
fucking people or base heads.
Well, the Getty fire, the one that's burning right now over in Westwood area, that one was started by a cigarette.
Really?
Somebody tossed a cigarette on the side and then sparked the whole fire.
That's crazy.
I mean,
and that's how dry. And they tell you don't throw lit cigarette buds out. And don't throw cigarette buds out, period, because they're harmful for the environment.
And that's the thing.
And you hurt animals and the planet when you do that stupid shit.
Embers can fucking travel for fucking a mile and a half before they go out. So,
and
you think that little bitty, that little bitty part of your cigarette
ain't gonna fuck some shit up.
ain't gonna go out till like a long ass time because the wind is keeping it up.
But they also have another way I heard it start, how those fires start because of glass. Like
the sun.
Yep.
Yeah, the sun hit the glass. Yeah.
The sun hits the
So
glass.
a motherfucker drinking a beer, a bunch of teenagers drinking beers in the woods.
And they throw them out.
Throw a fucking beer out. The sun hit that shit the next morning.
Yeah.
Throwing
a glass
glass
outside of your window. It's like a magnifying glass right on the.
And then spark a blaze.
Yeah, I mean, and it's fucking up the traffic and shit too, man.
Hell yeah.
All
And
these
y'all already
fucking
know.
evacuations and detours. LA traffic already bad as it is.
Dog.
It's been worse though.
Motherfuckers out here really can't
It's been
drive.
horrible lately. Yeah. Real kind.
Like the crazy part to me for people out here, they really cars emasculate people out here. Like nigga get in their motherfucking car and feel like they didn't just hit the gym and they bench press, 600. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a little short bitch in the car, can't see, barely holding on to the wheel like this. Just give a nigga the finger and just start cursing you the fuck out just cause they in a car and they done just cut you off. Like just cause they in the power of a car. Like
I've never had nobody do that shit to me, bro.
you've never been cursed out? You've never cursed nobody out? You've never had...
I've honked my horn. Like, I use my horn, but I don't let these stupid motherfuckers bother me, bro. There's a lot of dummies on the road.
It is.
I was taught when I was younger. I was told a saying by my choir teacher. He said, drive like everybody on the road is a drunken homicidal maniac, hell-bent on destroying the world. So I keep that thought in my mind. Everybody on this motherfucking road can't drive, and it's my job to get me there safely. That's why I ain't been in an accident. I've never had an accident because I'm always paying attention, looking ahead, and avoiding the bullshit.
You are the nigga that has caused accidents.
No, sir. I have not. There's never been like an accident happening.
There's never been an accident nowhere near you.
No, sir.
It's
Ever.
not been like, oh wow, people keep having accidents, right? Like, oh wow.
Because Jalil is a
Y'all been in
perfect...
the car with me.
First of all,
The way I
Jalil is a
drive-
perfect nigga, bro.
I'm not perfect, bro. But the way I drive, like, I'm a defensive driver, and I'm always paying attention to my surroundings.
Bro has had a life that it Forrest Gump's life pales in comparison to the life that
Nah.
He
been through some shit, and I would have never fucked with Jenny.
A
Ever.
crackhead.
I would have never loved Jenny.
You just fuck with girls
She
with big
never
ass
got the
cracks.
love.
No, LA got some crazy motherfucking drivers, and they got a bunch of crazy uninsured fucking drivers too.
Man,
Man.
pedestrians too. Motherfuckers just walk out in the middle of the street, broad day. No, don't give a fuck.
And the thing about LA,
On a green light
Yep.
at the crosswalk. Just
And then start
boom.
walking. Like, this motherfucker the other day, I'm stopped at the light, and then it turns green, and then he decides to push his cart across the street, and everybody's sitting there like, what the fuck? And he's like, fuck all of y'all. I don't give a damn. I'm crossing now.
and even aside from the fucking drivers, man, you got all kinds of pedestrian bullshit going on. These bikers, these scooter
Scooters,
motherfuckers,
The fact that they
these
made them illegal to be on the
joggers,
street.
jaywalkers, all the crackheads that don't know if they want to live or not, homeless people that's ready to end it all. It's getting close to the holidays, so that's when the suicides start going.
You out here
up.
playing Frogger in real life.
Man.
Man,
Wow.
dog,
Suicides go up in the wintertime?
Yeah.
yeah,
Why do y'all think suicides
Because
go
it's
up in the
holidays.
It's cold. People are lonely.
It's the holidays.
Like all of that
Oh,
shit.
niggas
added
be
together.
realizing they broke as fuck.
Yeah. And alone. Not even broke. You could be rich and
Yeah,
still
like-
kill yourself.
Yeah,
True.
like it be motherfuckers that just like got regular jobs, good paying jobs, make a great salary, but they so fucking tied into their job they
can't
may
go
not get to
home.
go
Right.
home.
Right.
They may not get to go see their folks.
Right.
And this is going on the 4th year in a row.
Yep.
Family wondering like, when
Mom
you gonna
sick,
come
dad
see us?
sick,
Yeah.
people, they got to visit.
Marriage on the rocks because you ain't never home.
Then
Kids
your wife,
barely
then you
fuck with
found out your wife out
cheating.
getting pogo stick by
Nigga jumping
Some
all
nigga
up in
across
the Johnny
town
Bravo.
by the janitor
Johnny
on the
Bravo
job.
up in there.
that's enough for a nigga to jump off the fucking bridge, nigga.
Yeah. I guess.
Dog, hey, funny story. My bad to even step away from
Funny
this.
story right
Funny
after
story right after suicide
That's
shit.
crazy. Bro.
No,
Funny
listen.
story.
'Cause
Great segue.
Love this show.
Nah, nigga. In my old apartment, dog, we really watched the nigga commit suicide.
That's very uplifting, Cliff. I'm glad you shared.
Not
that
to say
with me.
it was a funny story like that, but nah, I seen that shit happen, which was actually sad. And not that y'all say that like
Well,
shit
he
happened in
jumped?
the wintertime. He jumped. It was on the 105. We had an apartment where we could see the 105 nigga jump from the little sign thing onto the freeway.
That's rough, man. That's rough. I mean, it's been a couple motherfuckers at my job, motherfuckers at the train stations, niggas and jump from mezzanines down to the fucking platform and shit.
But they probably don't die all the time.
Dog, I just watched the video from CCTV. I shouldn't even be saying this. I just watched a nigga jump in front of a train. Moving train.
I seen the
train came in to the platform. The nigga raced the train and tried to run and jump in front of the train as it's pulling in. So the operator doesn't see him. So the operator can't even slow down in time.
Man.
I seen the video like that the other day on Facebook.
No, nigga. The nigga bounced off the front windshield and went under the train.
Oh. Yeah, he was done for. They had to clean that up.
Yeah, nah, it'd be some fucked up shit going on, man, and that's why, like, you know, y'all gotta. It's always good to check on your homies
Mental
that you
health.
feel like is strong, and your homies you feel like got it good, cause niggas might not be all right.
Niggas might be tortured
You
and
know,
shit.
Man, trauma is a
motherfuckers that you
in
think
your
got
brain.
that great relationship, that shit, everything ain't peachy, man.
Yeah.
You know, some of these motherfuckers that are the best fathers, it's probably some demons that they dealing with, man.
Man, they hate that bitch they have to go home to.
That's very much true.
Possibly
And that's
later.
right now is when these WBs starts, man.
Some females out there hating a nigga they gotta come home to.
Man, for real.
It's a cold world out here, bro.
And a lot of motherfuckers is, you know, it's getting cold and niggas ain't trying to be out on the streets.
Niggas, that Jergens,
So niggas
that
is
Jergens
go ahead.
is starting to get thick.
Niggas,
Right.
niggas is settling.
Then the love below starts calling, right?
Niggas is settling for these relationships and
Niggas realize,
Situations.
shacking up until
Tax season.
tax season.
man, having to lay with a fat bitch that can't really wipe her ass like that.
Man, that's this nigga wild, man.
Man,
That's awful, bro.
for real. And you still gotta hit it from the back to make her feel sexy.
Yeah. You just gotta put your hand down there.
Man,
Turn your head to the side, like.
dog, have y'all ever like, man? It be like damn, like
Niggas don't even stop either, nigga.
They don't. And it be like, look,
No,
you
nigga.
ever smelt that ass to where you be like, damn, like she
did white
no,
break.
it ain't
Man,
that.
this bitch
It's,
ate broccoli today, man.
like, nah, I could tell she just took a shower, but she didn't put the dry towel through her ass
Damn,
afterwards.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell you, I could tell you got up in there, but you didn't put the dry towel through there. So now it done got a little mildew. It took us a little time to get to this point. You know what I'm saying?
Now you got mildew,
And you
but
put on pants and we done rolled to the store and came back. You know what I'm saying? The ass done had a little time to cook and build up. And it's just like,
Got some-
and it's like, you know, you can't say niggas like, man, I know you just took a shower, but it's like, damn, like some of it just dripped out.
right, you got that aroma.
I be hating it though, man. Like another part too, when your girl take off them fucking shoes and sometimes they feet, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's always sexy, but if you like suck your girl toes a lot, you know what I'm saying, and she expect that, it's like, ladies, like if you know that you like your toes sucked, please keep them clean.
yes,
Yeah.
and callus free.
Just please keep them clean, you know?
That's all we
Yeah,
ask.
and especially like, cause us niggas, you know, we like to share that affection with our ladies, and I like to rub my lady feet.
All that.
You know what I'm saying?
It's important to
And
dry
I don't
your
want to
joints
I don't
off
want
out the tub.
I don't want no fucking rough ass, fucking crusty feet. So make sure you put some moisturizer on the motherfuckers.
On the
You know what I'm
daily.
saying?
With
And
the
keep your toes done, ladies.
Please.
Keep your toes done.
Callus remover is your friend.
It is
Callus
important
remover is your friend.
to dry off creases
Yeah,
when
and
you
crevices.
get out of your tub.
As a fat nigga,
Out of
I can
your
attest
shower.
to that.
You know,
As a fat nigga,
As a fat
the
nigga.
creases are important.
dry them off.
Dry them completely.
Make sure they are dry. People, I'm
And
dead
don't
ass,
baby powder
bro.
yourself, because nigga, then you're gonna turn into a cake.
I don't know why people put powder on them. Like, what is
Don't
that?
to
do
make
that
it dry. It dries it out. It dries you out. Like it dries out your skin a little bit.
I personally use cocoa butter or shea butter or coconut oil.
But some people like to be a little drier because they sweat in those areas.
Oh,
Like, people who have sweat problems, they'll use powders.
You gotta grease the joints so that it's smooth moving when you're walking and when you're doing your thing. When it's dry, kind of.
I don't normally wear lotion throughout the year, but this is part of the year where I do like.
Niggas
when you
dry.
This
when
niggas
your eyes
start
start
scratching.
showing.
That shit start like you start scabbing your skin up. You be scratching so much on shit.
Like even like and like I wash my hands a lot throughout the day, and like the atmosphere and like the lack of moisture, like nigga hands like knuckles be starting to crack and shit up in here, nigga. So like. Nigga be having to put like the fucking special moisturizer up in these joints.
These calluses a nigga been getting, like you can't even rub your arm without scratching your shit. I done scratched my shit all up.
Man, I don't know. I don't know what calluses you talking about in your hands.
I got calluses, bro.
Niggas get calluses from weightlifting and shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, niggas get yeah. Niggas callous from other stuff too, man. But hey, y'all, man, we're gonna end this. We're gonna wrap this one up. Bounce yourselves out.
It's T Rich on Twitter and motherfucking Instagram. It's _T with 2 E's _Rich.
Yeah, Tough Crowd Lil, TUFFCROW.
This nigga forgot his motherfucking name.
_LEEL. I was gonna say my Twitter at first.
He like the way he look in this motherfucking hat, nigga.
Twitter, call me Jalil, CALLMEJALIL. Man, make sure you like, subscribe, follow. All that information is down there. Hit that shit.
That nigga Jalil look like a fat scarecrow right now.
Nah.
That hat, that's a scare. That looks like one of the scarecrow hats. Like
this is an Indiana Jones hat.
I know it's like the Indian,
a real replica hat.
That's a real Indiana
Legit,
Jones.
got the
It didn't come off. It came off of Indiana Jones' head itself.
Yes, that bitch do say Indiana Jones
like legit
in the inside of it. Show that bitch to the camera.
I don't even know if they can see that.
That bitch do say Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I got this from. I got it from my grandfather. He got it back.
Signed by Harrison Ford.
My granddaddy gave me that hat. My granddaddy gave me that hat.
One of the things I inherited it from. I cherish it a lot. That's why I'm wearing it today.
That's what's up. Yeah. Well, y'all make sure y'all follow me at RealCliff225. Y'all make sure y'all follow the show at Cliff Notes Radio on all streaming platforms. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Tune into the channel. Tell somebody else. If you don't like it, tell us. Y'all know what it is, man. Follow us. Do your thing. I'm going to do something strange for a piece of change a little bit later. And I'm going to make sure we get these bills paid. But if you would like to donate some money, just DM us and ask us how.
DM us. Yeah.